What's up, gamers around the world? I'm Sparkus, and welcome to Game Breaking News, where I bring you everything important that happened last week in the world of gaming. And finally, I am back from my travels from my, winter sex nest to my summer feeding grounds, because, that's how we roll as birds. And, before we get right into it, I would like to thank the many participants of my first giveaway on this channel for my PlayStation 4 copy of Resident Evil 7. And we got a lucky winner in Italy, so of course the game is already on its way. Now, since I got nothing better to do, let's start another giveaway. This time you get the chance to win Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands on PS4. Check out the description or the comment section down below, where I will leave a link for you to participate. The good thing is that this time all you gotta do is, being subscribed to my channel, which you all are, of course. And if you're not, it's about ducking time that you subscribe. Anyway, to the weekly gaming shenanigans that happened last week. And we're starting off with something really stupid, while we're at the topic of Ghost Recon Wildlands, because, the government of Bolivia has complained to the French about the display of Bolivia in Ghost Recon Wildlands. Because there's a drug cartel taking over the country, turning it into a cesspool of crime and drugs. To be more specific, Interior Minister Carlos Romero delivered a letter to the French ambassador and asked them to intervene. I mean, the duck are you expecting them to do? The game is already finished. It is about to be released onto the world, so what is the French government supposed to do now? Like, go to Ubisoft and say oh, pretty please, would you not release the game because some fucktard in South America is, not really liking your game? Oh yeah, and have fun with your millions of lost euros. I mean, seriously, what were you thinking? Okay, the Bolivians also already stated that they will hold the right to take legal actions. I'm pretty sure I speak also for Ubisoft here when I say that you can reserve the right to go duck yourself. Like, what legal actions do you want to take? Ubisoft, of course, responded with the fact that Ghost Recon is a work of fiction. You know that? Fiction. And, that they chose Bolivia because of its natural beauty and blah blah. Hell, do you know how many games, movies, books and whatnot have been released depicting a false image about Russia? Or how stupid it is when retarded directors like Michael Bay make movies for humans with only 5 brain cells.
Let's not piss off just one Middle Eastern country, let's piss off all of them.
Oh, for duck's sake, we got special little snowflakes everywhere, even in government officials that get butthurt over everything. Oh, and speaking of special little ducking snowflakes, Nier Automata is already out in Japan, while we here in the West are still waiting for it to come out in the next coming days. But, there is apparently already an outcry because of a scrap item in-game called NIN64 or NIN64. Oh man. Alright, now the devs have already announced that they will change the name of the object in the next patch, like many have complained about because they want that. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you people? God damn it, it's a joke. An Easter egg, for crying out loud. Special little snowflakes everywhere. Oh, Duckman. I really need a break. So please excuse me while I go outside and punch a social justice warrior in his ducking face. Let's take a short break by looking at proof that PewDiePie is a ducking Nazi.
Hey, how's it going, bros? My name is PewDiePie.
Okay, let's look at what came out last week, and there was of course Horizon Zero Dawn, of which I do a let's play on this channel and also a review that will likely come out within the next week. So everything I got to say about the game is, in this video, in case you're interested, is that, it looks and plays mighty fine. So was there anything else released last week? I can't recall really. Oh it can't be that important. But what was more important, at least for me personally, because I'm into strategy games and that sort of stuff, Paradox Interactive went crazy with announcements for their games last week. For one, the already announced Utopia DLC for Stellaris will be released on the 6th of April, which I just cannot wait to play. They also announced a DLC for City Skylines called Mass Transit. I wonder what they will focus on in that expansion. And finally, they announced another DLC for Europa Universalis 4, Mandate to Heaven. This time they focused mostly on Asia. Oh, duck me, man. I thought I was off my Europa Universalis addiction, but I really get an itch to play it again, watching these trailers and... Anyways, this will not happen on this channel, but more likely on my other channel dedicated on strategy titles, SAS, Sparkus Academy of Strategy. Okay, now wait, seriously, I'm pretty sure there was another release last week. Oh man, dang it. Okay, let's take another short break, so maybe I'll remember. Middle-earth Shadow of War was announced last week. The successor of the critically acclaimed Shadow of Mordor will be bigger and better and all that nonsense that Dev and their marketing departments say. All that's gonna happen to that too. Anyways, we'll see if it's any good on the 24th of August because that's when it will come out. So guys, have you played Shadow of Mordor? Is it really that good? Or is it totally overhyped? Or is it just better than expected and therefore better received by most? I haven't played it, so I'm looking forward to your opinion in the comments below. Oh, right. They also announced that Shadow of War will get some special treatment for the Xbox Scorpio. Well. Also, Xbox announced this week that by the end of the year, you'll be able to subscribe to the Xbox Game Pass. So this is some sort of a gaming flat rate where you get access to play hundreds of games for $9.99 per month. Well, it sounds kinda interesting and a bit tempting, especially if you're not, completely keen on playing the newest releases on games, because there are already a duck ton of games out there that you haven't touched yet. So why not, I guess? Okay, what do you think? Is a Netflix for games a good thing? The future of gaming, or just a bunch of crap? One more way to squeeze out yet another monthly subscription of the customer? I would like to read your thoughts in the comments down below. Speaking of squeezing money out of consumers, nowadays many cannot really imagine to buy another EA Sports game without the ultimate team mode in it. And well, it looks like that's not going to go away anytime soon. More so, EA is actually looking into expanding that feature or mode into games like Battlefield. And well, you want to know why? Because EA makes $800 million with that per year. Well, after the $650 million they made the year before. So do you use Ultimate Team? I don't give a duck about that and stay away from that. Because it seems to me that features like that just turn actual games, like real games, into stupid mobile-ish games where you get constantly charged to pay some stuff. You don't have to really, but you still do it over and over and over again. But that's my opinion. Feel free to express your feelings in the comments below. Oh man, they always look for ways to, get the mighty dollar, don't they? Like the fact that you will soon be able to purchase games directly on Twitch. So the streamer that you're watching while buying the game gets a glorious 5% cut. The developers get 70% cut. And leaving 25% for Twitch. Wow. So they'll make like a lot of money with little to none additional effort. I gotta say, from a business perspective, that is a genius idea. Okay, so who else had an idea this week? Well, it looks like LG announced that they will jump onto the VR train in cooperation with Valve, which is surprising to me because, well, I thought Valve was already working with HTC and the Vive together. But oh well, I guess we have to wait and see, because so far they did not give us much information about the new VR from LG. But hey, we get more and more devs working on VR. It feels like every day there is some other dude saying, hey, we're making a VR headset too. So what do you guys think at the moment, like right now, about VR? Do you think that it is looking good and that it will revolutionize gaming, or is it just a gimmick and will, be forgotten soon again? I personally think it's more than just a gimmick, and I got a couple of reasons for that. For one, well, VR is selling. PlayStation confirmed that in the first 6 months they have sold over 900,000 PSVR, which is pretty close to the millions sold units that they have expected. Now, Samsung is going big here with Samsung VR. Not only did they announce in Barcelona that the next version is going to come together with controllers, no, thanks to their smartphones, Samsung VR is relatively cheap considering the fact that you can use the smartphones for more than just a VR screen. They have sold over 4.5 million in 2016. After that, there's PSVR, HTC Vive with over 420,000 units, and Oculus with, let's say, only 240,000. Well, Oculus and Facebook, it sucks to be you because you were basically the ones who started the whole VR mania, but apparently it's not really working out for you. And well, they are losing the race and they know it. That is why they have cut the price of Oculus by about $200 last week. But hey, let's not forget that sold units alone won't make VR a success, or let's say more than just a gimmick. If I recall correctly, Xbox Kinect did not have the issue of not enough sold units on the market, and still there were so little meaningful titles out there. Man, I really wish for a revolution and more in-depth gaming, yet the question remains, are we there technologically? I say we are, or should I say that we will be soon. Even though everyone is fighting the same issues, and they are doing that for quite some time, which is that people get motion sick because they see the player moving, but they themselves aren't really moving. But the thing is, there are so many developers working on it. Like, maybe it's too many, but because they all invest so much in there, I'm confident that there is a bright future for VR. For example, with Dirt Rally, because it got its PSVR update, so enjoy the dirt. Or with Spark, a new VR game by CCP, the developers of EVE Online. Man, we had a couple of announcements last week, like Stardew Valley, a game that I personally enjoyed very much, is coming out for the Switch, and there will be also a multiplayer. Oh, right, the Switch! That was the other release last week. I almost forgot. Now, in the final days before the release, we had a depressingly low amount of news regarding the Switch. Seriously, the highlight last week was that literally every gaming news site went crazy about the fact that Nintendo put some special yucky substance on their cartridges so babies won't swallow them. In other news, we had some analysts brain farting again regarding the Nintendo Switch. This time it was SuperData, and they say that the Switch will start off slowly and will end up with about 5 million sold units in 2017. And that Nintendo will have a hard time to convince consumers to get either a second console or to buy a new one, while the PS4 and Xbox are already heavily discounted and come with at least one game. Oh, analysts. Well, what do you say about the showcase that Nintendo presented last week, claiming that over 60 indie games are coming out this year for the Switch? And man, I think the Switch will be a great platform for indie titles, especially the hybrid feature to play anywhere you want, or at least away from your screaming kids, for example. Other than that, we don't really have that much information about the release of the Switch just yet, for example, like actual sales numbers, but well, it's because it's already the weekend and there wasn't really that much information so far, except for some delivery problems, but I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get more on that next week. Alright, that's it for this week. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below if you have not done that already, and check out the link in the description for the giveaway. Oh, and while you're scrolling down, why don't you stop by and click that like button as well? That would be really nice. Thanks again. Bye bye.